Yo, Alan, my man, I am delighted to be presenting this back to you. So let me tell you what we've done. First of all, we have chosen a bespoke font for you. Hopefully you're going to like it. You just need to click on that and click install. I've already installed it, so it will just go through the 14 different fonts and install them. You need to do this before you open the file. So that's your first job. Then I'm going to send you these files back. So we've got 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, and your template. So 1A and 1B are your content-driven file. I've given you two options. Well, I've given you two versions. One is with a dark background, and quite simply, one is with a light background, because I think you might want to print. Well, if you do want to print, it's better to print with a white background. So for the process and the content files, you have now two options, a dark and a light. I think that's pretty straightforward. Before I show you the creme de la creme, which is the template, let me go through and just show you what I'm sending you back in terms of what you're going to be looking at. This is your content-driven link building, nice and neon, very neat typography, quite simple. We've used icons, we've used your neon colors. We've gone through and we've set every slide up. I think it's neat. I think it's pretty stylish. And then at the very back, so you've got your front page, which will probably look very familiar to you. It's your website. I just really like that. So I just thought, well, there's no point reinventing that. I think it matches. And then your back page, we've just given you a content page, contact page with your email and a link to your website. So that's the first file. The second file is identical, right? You don't need to double check it. It's 100% identical, but it's on a white background. So that just means, like I said, you can print it. Some people might prefer to print it. Or it just gives you that second option. So now we go into the process file. And again, you're going to find consistency with the way that we've done it, with icons, with numbers, with your neon colors. Here we've kept the logos colored. We've listed your numbers with like this neon effect. And for this one, I've given you, because we talked about different dividers, I've given you Back to the Future DeLorean dividers just on this deck. So I've got 3 different versions of that, and again the same contact page that I gave you before. So have a flick through this. Hopefully you're going to like it. It's clean, it's nice, it's tidy, it's very brand specific, right? It now every slide feels like it belongs as part of your deck. You know, we've got a very definitive color scheme and we're doing things very consistently. So to me, it feels really complete. I hope you like this style of divider. I think this is just so you. I've given you 3 DeLoreans on this one, but now let me show you what I've done with your template. So I'm going to close that down and I'm going to go into I'm leading with the dark ones because for me, I really like the dark. But like I say, you've got light if you need to print or if you prefer it, but I don't think you will. So here is your dark version of your template. And quite simply, this is what it is. It's a very simple branded template because it's all about the content. It's all about keeping the icons, the layout simple. So there aren't any complicated pages or page layouts in this template. What we have done is embedded your fonts, which obviously you're going to pre-install, and embedded your colors. So if you click on here, you can see these are your brand colors. Please only use these colors when you're creating your new content from now on. That will help you keep this brand style, this consistent approach. I've thrown in there a whole load of icons because we use a lot of icons, you'll see in the content that we've done. So you've got a whole selection of icons here should you need to create more content or switch out some icons in the future. Just to let you know, these are completely editable. So in PowerPoint, these are now PowerPoint objects. So you can quite simply just fill. Actually, you have to click on the individual elements in PowerPoint, but you can just fill them and recolor them. So you could make these any color, right? I mean, if in the future you decide that you're going to do something a bit wacky, you might do something like this, and then you could just fill them white. Each individual bit it has to be filled. So there you've got like icon in an icon holder. Just center that. So yeah, that's just like a different approach, but what I'm trying to show you here is that these are totally reusable, you know, repurposable. You'll be able to use them, and they're vector, right? So they're PowerPoint objects, so you could print them the size of a house and they're not going to lose resolution. So here are your 3 slide dividers that we put together for you, and then I'm following it up with a whole set of 80s films ones. So I don't know, I just felt that these 3 that my designer did straight away, because you only needed 3 in your original file, I thought, oh, well, it's quite nice to have a set that's just Back to the Future. But now, as you create more content, or as you do presentations, or maybe you're sending a presentation to someone that you vibed with on a certain film, this is what we've produced for you. So you can access these from this layout drop-down menu. So it's very quick. So let's say I put in Ash titles to Ash title 4, right? So I've just called it that so you can see. And then I'd go, oh, you know what? Let's make that Blade Runner. So it's just one touch to then switch. Let's go. I've picked up my favorite. I love Cocktail. So let's make it Cocktails and Dreams, right? So you can see there, it's like one touch. I'm just going to turn that back. Just one touch or one click to choose all your different slide dividers. So the ones that I chose are Back to the Future, you've got your 3, E.T. you've got 2, Weird Science, because it just fits with your style, right? I love these lines that they've drawn on and added your branding. It's just wacky, it's out there, man. It's got loads of personality, and I hope you really like the way we've applied your personality and your brand to this. For me, it really works. Yeah, Cocktail, brilliant film. And again, like I've picked anything that looked a bit neon and that worked. Blade Runner, couple of Ghostbusters. I liked it because they've got that like the neon in the rays. Indiana Jones, that's the most neon picture of Indiana Jones I could find. Ferris Bueller, because he's my legend. It's not very neon, but it kind of fits. He's like a cool cat. And then right at the very end, I've given you a choice of 3 different sign-offs. So these are like your final page or your contact page. I'll tell you what, don't need that footer there. Or that one there. Or that one there. There you go. You always notice something when you go through it a 3rd time. So there, at the very end there, you've got a choice of contact pages. I don't know, there's something quite nice about the green, but I chose this one for you, and I added this website visit. Actually, I shrunk it down on your one a bit. So that's our work. That's it. Again, I'm just going to close this, and I'm not going to save. In fact, I can't save. So what I've done is I've set these up as read-only. So you'll never write over this template. Your template is yours, and every time you start creating in it, it won't let you save over the top of it. You have to do a save as. So you've got 2 template files, again, the light one. So the only difference really is that the icons have been colored light gray, and the slides are nice and simple and white. All the other dividers are exactly the same. So yeah, man, I hope you like it. I really do. So yeah, it's stylish, it's cool, man. I really think it's punchy, and it's definitely on brand. So I'm pretty happy. In fact, I'm more than happy. I'm delighted to be sending this back. I'm just going to show you the other one again quickly. Yeah, so here's where you'd replace the icons as and when you need to. Here you can see that we've used these coloured numbers are quite fun. You can repurpose these and use these as you need them again. Your graphics there, but they're supplied by you. This is quite a nice little diagram as well. This is pretty simple, just 2 different options. This is kind of like standard PowerPoint stuff, just to display information neatly. Yeah, it's all pretty nice and pretty much ready for you. So I hope you love what you're looking at, and yeah, I'd love to hear your reaction, my man. I'm gonna zip up all these files and I'm gonna send it to you so you can just download them all from one click. Fingers crossed. Hope you love it as much as I do. If you don't, that's not an issue, man. Come back to me and tell me, you know, some feedback, or if you want another round of amends, I can afford to do that in the price that we've quoted. My designer is super keen. You know, I've just recently started working with him. Been working with him about 3 months, so he's super keen to impress. So he won't mind doing another round of amends if you've got something that you feel is not quite right, or if you wanna correct it. But I'm chuffed. Yeah, it's been a fun job to work on. Hope you love it as much as I do. Cheers, mate. Bye bye. See ya.